Hi George, sorry for a delay on this, it's a bit of a mental weekend, but I'm now setting up your account. I'm going to use all the information you gave me via the email. So we've set up all the dates from Friday. I'll put them up for like 3 or 4 months. Then all you've got to do is log in, fill in all the gaps, and just keep it updated. Then you can promote the links to where people can apply to play for your shows. So quick overview. I know we raced through this on the meeting. So Musicborn is, we're registering everybody in the music industry here. We're building up the directories, so anybody that comes to the site will just literally be able to find who does what. It's pretty hidden mystery. So this is a main bit that the bands are loving. So you'll be in here with the on the promoter section. So bands are coming to this section here. So now we've got nearly 800 gigs in 37 venues. We're just going to, obviously you'll be on there now, so I've got 38. They're going to come to this list. Bands, I think they like to see who's playing. They like to get pretty excited about it, so then they can actually, look forward to the gig instead of just being told who's on at the night, who's playing at the end of the night. So yeah, it's really good. Lots of bands are coming and applying for gigs. So let's get you set up and do that now. So you've got a count. I'll just go over this quickly. Self-explanatory. You click this one here. You can edit your promoter profile. This is you as a person, George. So if you do other stuff, say for instance you want to manage a band or you want to open a booking agency, all you need to do is create here, hit create, and you'll be able to bolt on more things. But it also always will show this is you that's connecting to all these things. Let's go into your dashboard. So this is where you're going to get requests come in, yeah? So at the moment obviously you've got none, but what I've got a page left open from my account so you can see what they look like. So when you get requests in from bands, you can see like this one there, the Enter Commission, they've applied to play at Cafe 1001, that's the date. They've read my terms and conditions that came up, so my terms are like, we want you to promote 100%, we provide beer and food, the stuff that what you've given me, but we're going to put your own terms in. But they have to read that before they can put the request in. If you don't like the band, you can just hit ignore. If you think they're totally irrelevant, they're not really read the terms and conditions. It's always best, I suggest, to send them messages first. Ask them for their telephone number, or just discuss whatever you feel you need before you find out what gigs they've got booked in, because generally bands don't have the right amount of gigs booked in anywhere listed. So if you accept, that's going to put it onto their profile. It's going to you're going to send them a message off saying that you've booked them. If they've got Facebook apps installed, everything's going to network. It's going to update all of these things, whether it be the venues, promoters, or the bands. So if only hit this once you've agreed the gig. And obviously if you agree the gig off of Facebook, or you do it via email, just make sure you come in and accept that anyway, because otherwise the networking doesn't really kick off. Yeah. Also, when you hit accept, what that will do, that will remove the available slot from the available list, and it will replace it with a name. So you obviously update your own diary at the same time. My gigs. This is where we're going to build your diary up. Yeah. So we'll do this now, and we're going to use that for the information that you've given us. So just go to the left here, click post gig. I've attached the Blag Club on, so it should suggest it straight away. There you go. If you do a different venue, just click this one here, search the venue, hit the button, and it will add it in. So we're going to go for the Blag Club. So this is you live and unsigned, which is correct. So you said you're going to do it from every Friday from now till whenever. Okay, so let's find a decent Friday, a little ahead. So let's do it from the 29th of June. Let's go a bit earlier than that, can't we? Oh, let's do it from the 29th. Start time. I think you said the doors are 7:30, didn't you? Let's have a look. Doors 7:30. Okay, next. Okay, title of event. Live and unplugged. Website doesn't matter. Event description, you can tailor that to as you make it. Basically, each gig from the public can click a button which will show all the times of when people are playing. This also builds up from as you book your bands in. So once you're happy and you've got everything in, you can sort of copy whatever you put in a Facebook event into there. If you have tickets, you can do that. I don't know what your ticket links are, so I'll let you fill those in. So door prize 5, advance, which would be your guest list, I guess, which would be 4 with a flyer, what you've got, so that's your commissions. Terms, conditions, there you go, that's your terms. Not really sure on one thing you wrote here. I mean, if the act is not the minimum 10 audience, they're not allowed to play. I mean, does that mean if they don't take 10 people along before they play, then I guess that means you don't let them play. So if that's not correct, what you'll need to do is just go through all of your My Gigs afterwards and change that. But I'm going to put in what you've given me for the minute. Okay. So it's paid. Door splits what you're doing yours on. So you know, obviously once they bring a certain amount of people through, they get a split. You want only acoustic acts, no DJs, no bands. And you said you've got 8 acts on the night. So, right, whenever you want to put extra acts on, oh sorry, just before we then hit the save button. Okay, now if you want to put more acts on, use this button here. So you want to put another 4 on, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, don't worry about putting the times in. I generally put the times in once you, as I put the acts in, and when you know, otherwise, yeah, you know, that, you know, they're like they shuffle things around. So if the lights are blue here, this means that the public can apply for it. If you book a band in, that will make it go, turn it light green. That's if they're registered on the website. If they're not registered on the website, it will just go dark green. Also, if the band's registered and they log in and accept your request, then that will go dark green as well. If you just want to hide any of your slots for some reason or another, you know, you can click that there and that turns it grey, so then that's not visible. Okay, so what we can do now, that's all our slots ready. Click save. What you do, you can instantly go for a quick shortcut. Let's go straight back to My Gigs. And what that's done now, that has given us, this has given us a band diary gig now. So all we can do now you've made one with the terms and conditions, all you need to do is just clone this. So once you've got your terms up once, you can just clone away like mad, and then you don't have to keep going through this process of doing the same thing all the time. Yeah, so I'll just show you how to put some bands in. If you want to get back to where we were a minute ago, you just click this one. That'll bring you back to this page again. So if you need to change anything, you can do that. If you want to fill in a band, let's show you how to fill the band. It's really important you keep this up to date because you don't want people applying for gigs that just don't exist. You know, it's bad for the bands. It doesn't really help us on the site. Also, it makes you look pretty unorganised. So if you want to fill in a band, let's say, for instance, you've booked a lady called Cal Laval, yeah? Now, if we type in Cal Laval, well, you always search the system. Now, if she's in the system, all you've got to do is click that picture there. I'm not going to click this because what it's going to do is going to send off a message to her and then say that you've booked her. That's going to go on her page. It's going to go on her Facebook page. You know, it's going to go all over the place, and it's all going to go into the gig listings. Slots going to get removed off the list. Yeah, and then that goes into your diary and you fill one up. So obviously you don't want to do that. So let's put in Dan Smith. Let's see if he's on the site. Now Dan Smith's not registered, right? So you're going to be probably booking quite a lot of people on the system that's not registered, but it's essentially still list them up because we get a big long list of who you have booked, and then we contact them, tell them that you're promoting their show, and then we tell them to come and join. So if they're on there, click this button underneath. The performer is not registered on Musicborn. Click that. See that now that's put Dan in there. This also shows then that one of your slots has gone missing. On that apply to playlist now, which was on the home page, this will now show that Dan Smith is playing and the people can check out who he is. Okay. Obviously Dan Smith's not playing, so what we'll do, we go back into edit details. We'll go down here, hit cancel. Now it's going to ask you, it's going to send this to yourself anyway, but if you have lots of people on the bill, what this will mean is it will send messages off to all of them telling them that the person's been changed. So we say Dan Smith removed from the bill. Okay, so you can just cancel that, delete him off completely, and then you're back. Just put your slot back in. You're back to square one again. Alright, so what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead now and clone all your gigs up. All you need to do once you get this video is just log in and just fill in all the gaps of what you've got booked, just to make sure it's up to date. I mean, once it's up to date, it's really easy to work with, you know, because you can just work through your diary and whenever you want to see things, and yeah, it's really easy and fast. One last thing which is quite good, let's go to your account. If you go to this one, now on your promotions page, you'll see now you've got this button here that says apply for gigs. If we click this, this will always show only your gigs that people can apply for. So if you make yourself a little tiny URL or a button which you can stick on your Facebook, says, you know, Blag Club /apply, then you can always just give this to on mail out, so you can say for what available slots we've got, you can just copy and paste that, send that out to everyone. They come straight here, see your slots, and they just apply. So it saves you a lot of time of, you know, explaining who's on the bill, who's not on the bill. Maybe this is a good slot. They can just see everything straight away, and then they can just apply as they will, as they need to. All right, so I'm going to go away and clone this up. Let's just clone one, and then I'll stop the video. When you log in, you're going to have loads of them here, so then you can just go through and fill in the gaps. So as I say, this is 29th. Let's just clone this one. So next one would be Friday the 6th. Submit that. Give a refresh. There we are. So you've got 2 now. Nice and easy. I know you mentioned you do other days as well, like Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays. I mean, just get them all in. Get yourself really embedded in, fill in all the gaps, and then you'll become really established on the website, and then people will know who you are. And if they know where they can come and ask for gigs for you, then it's just going to make your life a lot easier. Okay. Also, if you have Facebook account for your like page, you can make yourself one of these. As you build your gig listings up, I mean, this is what our promotions page looks like with all our gigs on. You'll be able to sync everything that you do to a Facebook like page, and it's going to look like this. So, you know, the bands have got these as well, and all these apps update each other, which is pretty clever. So, yeah, as you said, this is what your as you fill your My Gigs out, this is what will be formed. This is what the public see. Click on this one. It's going to give you all the maps. Loading away. So it puts the map in. Yeah, so it's going to tell you the venue, who's playing, what times, map, everything they need to know. You know, so it's all there, crystal clear. We'll completely convert all this into a mobile phone app as well soon, which is going to be like Songkick. So yeah, you know, you're going to be all over the place. So just make sure you fill this stuff out. If you upload the poster, this is where that comes in as well. That's when it's in your edit details of each gig. Upload your poster, and that's what will show up. Alright, so I'm going to get away and I'll plug loads in for you, and I'll email you the YouTube video. Alright, so see you later, George. Any questions, give me a shout.